Hello and welcome back to Fintellect. Today is day 10 of our series Understanding Money in 21 Days. Like previously told, in week 2, we are building a foundation for our financial habits. In week 1, we have understood what our habits are. So today's episode is about creating space for our goals. And what exactly do goals mean here? This is most often misunderstood as the goal is the ultimate goal of retirement. But there's a clarification I want to clear that goals are not the ultimate end of your financial journey or your life. Your goal itself is your life. Your goal itself is your financial journey. So that is the most important fact you need to understand. You need to see goal as a milestone. So you keep achieving, but you keep going. So there's no stopping at a particular goal. And to be honest, every one of us, like even if we think, what do I want to do? So every one of us have a particular thought or a goal in our mind already, and everyone has that. There's nothing wrong in having that. Maybe someone wants a trip to Paris, someone wants a car, someone has a wedding coming up, someone wants to plan a surprise for their loved one. Any kind of thing is an ultimate goal. So it is never that you don't have a goal or you don't care about what you want to do. It is more about your money never understood a fact that we have to work towards a particular goal because your financial habits don't seem to be aligned towards that direction. What happens is uh, we usually decide that this is the day I would start putting money aside for my goal. Like I have met people who have decided 1 year before that they want to have a trip to Paris and they have still not went. When I ask them the reason behind that, they are like, I couldn't save money for the same. And there's no problem in not being able to save money, but the problem is not being able to try. If you don't try how saving money, then there's no possible way that you can uh, actually start saving money. What happens is I decide that I'll do it tomorrow, that tomorrow never comes. So it keeps on passing on, and one day it happens like you eventually give up on that goal itself. So there's no particular time you have to start it. Your goals should be funded first, like your savings. Like I told you in our previous sessions, that you have to save money first, and then you have to look after your other all those things. But your goals are also very important. So you need to align them with your habits. So instead of waiting for a particular day and hoping a time would come, you have to start working towards your goal right away. And how do we do it? We do it by understanding where I stand today and what goals can I arrange in particular manner. So, there is basically a simple step you need to do. You need to think of three goals you can think of. So you can think about, a short term, a medium term, and a long term goal. So you can short term, you can consider within 6 months, mid term would be 2, 3 years. A long term would be you are looking at it at maybe 7, 8 years or something like that. So you have to plan your goals in that direction. And what you have to do is every month, no matter how small the number is, even it can be 500, it can be 2000, you put any amount of money, but you set aside that amount of money. So unless and until your subconscious mind is not understanding a particular fact that we are putting aside money for a particular goal, there is no possible way that it eventually becomes your habit. So what you need to do is, even if the amount is small, you need to develop a habit for yourself. So when you start putting aside money, then and only then you can create it as your habit. So you need to open space for all your goals, and that is the most important fact you need to understand here. In our previous sessions, in one of the sessions, I told you that the highest dividend money pay is autonomy. Autonomy, what is autonomy? The ability to do what you want when you want with the people you love. So that freedom comes only when you have confidence in yourself and you have started working towards your goal and you are setting aside some amount of money. And trust me, this not only brings you more closer towards your goal, but it makes you confident in life. It gives you a subconscious confidence in your mind that this is something I'll do in my life, which I was planning from a very long time. So when that happens, it gives you adrenaline rush. So you eventually start working more and more towards your other goals. So if you achieve your short-term goal, you get more aligned to achieve your midterm goal and then more towards your long-term goal. So it is a particular cycle. It keeps on going on. So your task is very simple. You assign all these three goals. you start putting aside money for yourself. And when you think about understanding a particular fact about how much money do I have to put aside, you can simply use the platform Fintellect. You can put your incomes, expenses, and all these details, like I mentioned in a previous demo tutorial, and then you can understand it by how much money you're left over with, and that amount of money you can put aside and eventually start working towards your goal. This is the best possible way you can achieve your goals. But if you want a detailed tutorial of how you can use Fintellect, you can check the description box below. There is a demo tutorial link. You can book your session, and I'll personally teach you how to use Fintellect. For now, this is it for today's session. If you want to learn more, like I told you, you can check the description box below. But this is Vedant signing off for data.